Is it working? Is it working? There it's working. There it's working. Hooray! 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 Welcome. Oh, and we already have someone here. Belarus? I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I'm afraid. One, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. And two, the library is technically still open. I have to be quiet. Super quiet. Not really super quiet, but quiet enough. Not really super quiet, but quiet enough. Welcome. I hope you will chat. Belarus? Were you in last week? In person? In the library? Is that you? I'm going to point at the screen, even though there's no one to point at, except for myself. Anyway, I hope everyone had a lovely week. And did some writing. I did nothing. It's been a very kind of crazy week. And I feel bad. And there's noise coming from the back of the library. I'm kind of scared. But we should be okay. If you hear me scream, then you know something's wrong. It'll be very like that. That's our code phrase. Today we are going to be writing for a bit, but first talking about dialogue. Bada boom, bada bing. Chloe, do you have any advice on writing dialogue? She's shaking her head no. That's it. That's all I had. I was basically going to ask her for advice, and since she has nothing, let's move on to the next section. No, she's not coming up with anything. Today we're talking about dialogue. Good dialogue. Bad dialogue. Dialogue in general. I'm trying to think of some good examples of examples. Let me Google this. I'm looking up horrific. No, I don't want horror. I want horrific. Maybe I should just change it to bad movie dialogue. I guess 6 forms of bad dialogue. I mean, we could mix that up, I guess. But it's not what I was looking for. Belarus, do you have any examples of bad dialogue while I'm looking this up? On the nose. Okay, yes. On the nose. What? Ah, okay. Sorry. I'm reading. I should have done this earlier, but I was busy and afraid that we wouldn't be having this tonight. Okay, bad dialogue. Example number 1. On the nose dialogue. You guys probably know this. I mean, this is mostly movie themed, script themed, because that's what I'm working on. So you'll have to excuse me if this isn't. I'm sure. Who am I kidding? Of course it's relevant. Novels. On the nose dialogue. Shall I read you what it says? On the nose dialogue comes in 2 flavors. Type 1 is where characters say exactly what they're thinking. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but that's basically it. The character reveals their innermost thoughts. Sally, I don't want you to go down into the basement where we heard that strange noise, because I'm afraid you will die because I love you. No one talks like that. Do people talk like that, Chloe? No, they do not. People try to avoid what they're actually thinking. So when someone actually comes out right and says something, man, this test sure has me nervous. If I don't pass it, I'll never get into my dream school, and I will end up homeless and a drug addict on the street. A little on the nose. Hey, are you ready for marriage? I want to be. It's tough though. With my mom's death last year, I've been in a bad place. Hold on. Silly me. I turned on desktop audio. And so you guys have been talking and hearing repeats. Bad Neil. Oh. Bellariu, it's not you. It's me. Oh, that is you. Hello. What? Is it still... Is something else on? Oh, now I know what's coming. What's happening. Hello. That is weird. Why is this not... Now I know why. See, every time I make changes to this, things go bad. Let me just go back. Boom. There we go. Okay, anyway, sorry. That should fix my echoing. And your echoing should be. You're working in the shop. What are you working on, Cloudish? I take it it's not writing if you're in the shop, unless it's a writing workshop. Ba-doom, boom. No, that's okay. I was working on putting in a window today, and I hate doing it. So good luck to whatever project you're working on. Anyway, we're getting back to dialogue because it's probably going to be a shorter session today because the library is open till 8, which means I probably should wrap this up at 7:45. So I have 15 minutes to not lock up, but like start, doing all the close down, shutting down procedures. Anyway, so 1, bad dialogue when you're writing. Is your character revealing too much through their dialogue, like their innermost thoughts and feelings? That's one type of on the nose. This one says there's a second type. Let's read what it is. Where characters say exactly what the movie needs them to say in that moment. I guess this is still on the nose. On the nose dialogue, in a broad sense, is just saying stuff that needs to be revealed, even if, revealing too much. So in one, it's about their thoughts and feelings. And one, it might be like, John, you can't defuse that bomb. You haven't been on the bomb disposal squads for 5 years, ever since that bomb killed your wife when you were on vacation. Remember? That's exposition, but it's on the nose dialogue. It's revealing stuff that the character knows, the person saying it knows. It's really just said for the benefit of the reader or the hearer if it's a movie. So on the nose dialogue. Try to look at your dialogue when you're writing and see if any of that kind of crazy stuff is on, or if there's a way to like spread it out over, or like hide it throughout the conversation, little sprinkles of information. Bob, you can't defuse that bomb. Why not? You're out of practice. Besides, you know what happened last time. And then just leave it hanging in the air. Maybe we'll find out later in the movie or the book what happened. Anyway, here's one. Exposition. I guess, yes. Sets up the plot, explains things. I guess what I was saying was just exposition. When you're... That was a dab, by the way. That was a total dab. It was not a sneeze. It was a sneeze with a dab. How about that? Exposition. Yeah, I guess. I don't have it. If you haven't seen the movie Inception, then I guess this example might not work. But it's hard. Like when exposition, filling in details that you want the audience to know, and so you usually have them tell a character. And this actually helps because you can have a new character, someone who is new to the situation and needs things explained to them. So in the example I was just reading in Inception, Joseph Gordon-Levitt was explained to Ellen Page about how it all works. They don't know. he does. He's explaining it to her. And thus we get to, look at that, cool. We get filled in on all the details as they, so yeah. But if there's too much of that kind of stuff, things can go, it can seem really forced. So, melodrama. See, I'm just reading this from a website. I'm not even sure if this person knows anything, but I thought, let's talk about bad dialogue. Melodrama is when you take emotional beats and dial them up to inauthentic levels. One of the most famous, is this a famous example or more infamous? I don't know. You could say the dialogue between Anakin and Padme in Attack of the Clones. I love you. No, not as much as I love you, but I love you more. Please tell me that was not an actual example of, was that dialogue? I watched the movie once, never watched it again. So, I hope that's not true dialogue from Attack of the Clones, because that's pretty bad. That is, yeah, taking stuff and dialing it up. Oh, Billy, ever since you ran off with my sister, I just don't know if I can trust you again. I don't know, is that like melodramatic? Probably a little. So, does the emotional level match what the dialogue kind of is? Or are they mismatched? Though sometimes that can be played for, something that's very emotional and the person plays it low-key. Maybe this is like, that's fine, but if you reverse it, so something that's not emotional or something that's not important and they just dial it up to 12, that's, yeah. So yeah, I suppose that's not great cheesiness. Cheesiness, well, cheese, I guess it depends. This person's talking about cheesy dialogue. Like a book for teenagers? Yes. Or even just teenagers in general. No offense to teenagers out there, but in your short span of life, you like attach importance to things that when you're 40, you're going to look back and go, oh my goodness, not important. But you'll cry for days. I know I did it. Foolish youth. Anyway, so cheesiness, I think maybe that is something, is your dialogue cheesy? I think that's maybe when you mismatch. I think we all know like schmaltzy kind of like, I brought you this rose because the red petals, the way they opened up, remind me of how you opened yourself up to me when I was alone and you became my friend. Oh, Billy, you're so sweet. I know I've held my heart closed off from so many people, but now that I've met you, I can love again. It's like you can listen to it maybe briefly, but you can only take so much cheese. Your audience is lactose intolerant, so don't give them much of that. But yeah, it's a lot of emotion stuff, feelings, bland lifelessness. This is the worst kind of dialogue you can write. Characters speak, but it's the dialogue equivalent of a gray room with gray furniture and gray fixtures. It's functional, but it's lifeless. Hey, what are you doing here? I eat breakfast here every morning. I wouldn't have guessed. Yeah, I only started a few weeks ago. What about you? Are you here for breakfast? No, just picking up pastries for the office. It's a good choice. I love this place. Yeah, I can see it. You know what I think, what I would describe that dialogue as? Real life, small talk kind of dialogue. Listen to yourself as you go about your day when you indulge in small talk. That's the kind of dialogue that people have. It's like, hey, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm just came for a coffee. Need my caffeine. Ha ha ha. Um, what are you doing tomorrow? Oh, probably just cooling off. The weather is so hot, isn't it? Right? Yep. She says yes, so I'm right. So, anyway, that's like some examples of bad dialogue. Is there anything more that just jumps out at me that I want to Here's something 15 examples of bad writing in really good movies and shows. The Dark Knight Rises. This is like, no, this, what? This is, this isn't dialogue. This is like plot holes. I don't want that, guys. I want like bad dialogue. Nah, who am I kidding? We're gonna just stop with those bad examples. So, something that I found. Let's just talk about good dialogue. It should be, I want to say natural, like it flows naturally, but it doesn't sound like small talk. So it can be elegant, it can be witty, it can be fast paced. All of those things. Quentin Tarantino is sort of snappy dialogue and clever, and I hear Shakespeare does some good dialogue. Whatever, he's dead. But I would recommend, and this is something that someone told me a long time ago, and I think it still holds true, is when you write your scene or your chapter or any kind of piece of dialogue between characters, read it out loud and see how it sounds. Maybe you say read it out loud and it sounds choppy, or maybe you can't, like you trip when you're trying to say something because there's like certain vowel combinations that just, it doesn't roll off the tongue. So maybe you need to change that. What else do we got here? I was just going to look at like one of the things we're going through because it's NaNoWriMo. Lesson Plan 10. Writing really good dialogue. Is it good? I don't know. This one talks about, well, it's painful to look at. Basically, the examples they give are like texts. So the grammar is atrocious. 3 threat. Hey, baby, you there? You wanted to talk about things here? Wow, you are classier than I thought. Look, stop. I'm sorry. How many times do I have to say it? I am sorry. No, you're not. You just got caught like that Rihanna song. So just stop. It's so over. I know I can't change your mind. I know it, and I know it looks bad, but that girl must have slipped that number in my pocket without me knowing. I did not ask for it. I wouldn't even have known about it if you hadn't snooped in my stuff. Oh my goodness. Writing. Yeah, I have nothing to say about that. That's just, I mean, it's awful dialogue. But it is accurate, I think, in terms of, I don't think movies or novels, the dialogue is ever real. I think that's the gray fixture, gray furniture in a gray room, kind of listless dialogue. Or maybe it's just I don't have any witty conversations at home with anybody. Maybe I need to spice it up and use bigger words because I'm really bad at communicating. But they're not the same. If you listen to people chatting, they are not the same as what you hear in a movie or what you read in a book. People seem to have more time to think, or they're quicker on their feet. Yeah, I mean, so don't go for real. Go for better. But it should flow. It should seem natural. But that's, yeah, I mean, it's hard to, man. Anyone have examples of bad dialogue that they can think of before we just start doing the writing? because I wanted, like we got like 25 minutes. So if anyone wants to speak up, oh, what's this? Another TV viewer? Well, hello, another TV viewer. How are you this fine day? You're good? That's good to know. I'm just talking. I'm having your end of the conversation too. I was going to ask Bella Ryu how you're going with your planning. Have you thought out your story? Have you come up with a narrative that you want to do? Because you had like lots of stories, and it was trying to find that kind of thread that could hold it all together. So, well, see, as soon as you say memoir or autobiography, I'm thinking like serious intellectual work, and that's like outside my wheelhouse. I like fantasy and sci-fi and light, fluffy stuff. Well, I shouldn't say those are slightly, fantasy. They can be very deep and serious, but memoirs and autobiographies, those are for like serious, talented writers. So good for you. I'm scared of that, of those titles. So, but yeah, have you done like those worksheets that we had printed off, or like gone through, looked at them? Has it helped at all? Should I find some more stuff? Because you might, maybe you didn't find them helpful. Man, I need like to hold my eyes open. I squint too much. I think your story is very serious, and it's like encompassing generations. So it doesn't, what if you could break it up into smaller segments? Is there a way that you could, is there like, maybe you could focus on a decade or I know, what is it, Ken Follett? Pillars of the Earth. That's a very thick book that I read many years ago, but it followed a couple families through history. I think it was 3 generations, but maybe that's something you can look at. Another option, is to like think of this as like a trilogy or a 3-parter. I wish I could be more helpful for this, but I purposely kind of pick stories that take place in a short amount of time. I mean, yeah. Well, I'm glad that it's helpful for you, because I feel like an imposter here. Let's see here. Yes, you definitely could be breaking up the stories if it feels overwhelming. Like that's what I actually enjoy about the plotting and the planning, is that it lets me take this idea that I have and break it up into chunks, and now it's manageable. Like for me today, I am just writing one scene. That is my plan. And I've got the scenes for the first act. So I can just focus on one thing at a time. So maybe you need to think, okay, this is my big story, and then try and break it up into X number of pieces, just small, like 3 pieces or 2 pieces, and then take that piece and break it further down and further down until you have a better idea of what the scene is, or that's what I would suggest. But in 1 minute, we are going to write. I've got my... I think breaking it up by eras would make a lot of sense, since it takes place over a long period of time. Let me just see here. Can I do this? No. Yes, I can. I can totally do it. Browser. Okay. Is it working? No. Sorry, guys. I'm just kind of like... I'm testing something out. Oh, man. I just screwed that up. Do 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 do. Does it work? Is it working? Celtics is loading. Celtics is loading. What? I'm just gonna get rid of it. I was hoping to just show my browser so that I can do some writing. Display capture? Well, I guess I could. That doesn't look good. Yeah, doesn't look pretty, guys. Sorry. So you're going to just have to believe me when I say that I'm writing. Okay, are you guys ready? We're going to just take like 20 minutes and write. So whether that means plotting your story or just thinking more about what you're working on and trying to figure things out, do that. I am going to... Oh, what do I got here? No, it's not in the lab. Here's bedroom. Okay. Kaon's office. Man, I had like a different name in this. So let us begin. Kaon lays. How am I going to say this? He hunched or scrunched on the cushions of couch. Next to his overflowing desk. What's illuminating? An clock sits, counting down the time. Counting down, or counting the fast. No, blinking. No, it wouldn't be blinking either. Sickly glow. Sorry. I'm just coming back to see if anyone's made any comments that I should check on before I begin again. Okay. Let's see, 4 a.m. hits. Buzzing. Blanket pulled over his body. Kaon stirs and he pulls out a cell phone and blinks repeatedly to clear his vision. Text. Someone named Ado. Reads. This is another thing that, like, formatting, kind of important, but I don't know what the correct format is for text messages. It's not like dialogue, so I'm just going to make up something for now. And reads. I'm going to have to guess that it's capitalized. Oh, someone is here. I'll have to be right back. 1 second. Hello. Sorry? Oh, great. Here to grab some books?
No. I'm hoping you have the Western Star.
Oh. 1 second, peoples. I have to help. I am back. I helped some people, saved some lives, delivered a baby. It was relatively uneventful. So, continue writing, because we've just got like a little bit longer. Oh my goodness. See you at usual spot. Kaon. His other arm is missing. Mid. Man, what is this? What is this? This bone? Let me see. I got arm bone names. Humerus, mid-humerus. That's it. Of course, now I got to know how to spell humerus. Humerus. It's position wedged. Self up. There we go. Now I got a name. Yay. He grow. He hobbles to the desk chair and grabs a pair. Loose fitting pants. What is his name? Man. What is his name? Addo. To himself, obviously. I gotta add some more details here. Still in his. See, there's a lot more information that needs to be. I haven't really talked about the setting. Like an old couch, yeah. Like this is not good. Not good, people. Remember, we talked about this last couple weeks. That setting should inform mood, like reveal something about the mood and reveal something about your character. And my scenes are very like an old worn couch. But I don't really say anything about where he is. His office, overflowing. Desk. Overflowing with what? Food? That would indicate that he's, he maybe overeats. Overflowing with books. Then he likes to stay up late and read. Overflowing with whatever. Lines of cocaine would say something different. So I've got to go back. I mean, I got to end this stream a little early because, well, let's face it. I got to do the responsible adult thing and shut the library down. But go over your writing. I got to go over mine and add that information in. Make sure it's there. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be flowery. But if you can put in a sentence here and a sentence there, which helps color out what you've described, makes it paint a visual picture. Paint a picture with words. Yes. That would explain a lot, actually. But not with my parents. They were delightful, law-abiding. They are delightful, law-abiding citizens. They wouldn't do that. However, apparently my dad crossed a river to get to school on a log. I didn't really ask for details. I'm not sure if it was like a log that was across a river or if he actually had to paddle a log across a river. Parents. Now it's like, when I went to school, I didn't have air conditioning. Yes. Probably a good idea. If you have family around, ask questions. Get them to tell you their stories, because there's probably like some amazing stories in my family that I have no idea about. Oh yeah, I fought the Nazis. It's like, what? How come I didn't know about this? Because I never asked. Because I was too interested in reading an Archie comic on the couch. Pretty sure my parents weren't Nazi fighters, but maybe my grandparents. Anyway, it was lovely. I'm so if you guys are interested in doing something in person at the library, let me know. I just know that it is difficult for some people. If it wasn't for my job that allowed me to do this, I probably would not be able to do it, and I would be looking after the kids at home. it's hard to steal away. So if there's a day that would work in person, I'm totally open to doing it. If you prefer that. If you like meeting virtually, then I'm good with that too. And then you get to see more of this. It's beautiful. The face that launched 1,000 ships. That's what I tell myself. It's not true, but it's what I tell myself. Anyway, I am stopping the streaming. Thank you guys for coming. Dialogue, as you're writing, think about dialogue. And hey, think about everything, but think about setting, because we just talked about that as well a couple weeks ago. Mood, establishing mood, and establishing character, how the setting helps with that. I will see you next week. Or will I? You'll see me, but I won't see you. And that makes me a little sad. Maybe we should try Zoom. That might be interesting. I wonder if I can punch Zoom into this. Would you guys be interested in Zoom? Or do you like not having the camera on your face? Think about that. Send me a message to our Discord server. Let me just quickly post yeah. Inviting people. Sorry. I said I was going to quit, but then I find other things to talk about. Go to the Discord server. I think that's an invite, log in. And if you guys would like to do Zoom or do it in person, that's a good place to reach out and chat. And I will see you guys later. For real this time. I'm ending it. I love you all.